This week we read a portion of Nitzavim and Vayelech. And actually, we have the last two mitzvahs in this week's portion. Numbers 6:12 and 6:13. Mitzvah 6:12 was the mitzvah of Hakel. When, at the end of the sabbatical year, the beginning of the 8th year, all the Jews from all over would gather together in the holy city of Jerusalem. Shalayim, come to the Beis HaMikdash. And there in the holy temple, there was a special platform built for the king. The king would go onto the platform. He was handed the Torah by the Kohen Gadol, by the high priest. And he would read certain sections of the Torah to inspire the Jewish people and try to instill that same experience the Jewish people had when we received the Torah. And this would happen every 7 years during the holiday of Sukkot. And men, women, and children were obligated to participate in the mitzvah of Hakel. This year, the beginning of Tavshin Pei Gimel 5783, the first portion of the week that we read on Shabbos Tshuva was the portion of Vayelech, telling us of the mitzvah of Hakel. The last portion of this year, Tavshin Pei Gimel 5783, we're going to be reading the same portion of Vayelech again. And once again, we're going to read about the mitzvah of Hakel. This happens not every single year, but every 2 or 3 years, depending on how the calendar falls out. Next year, it's not going to be so. Next year, we're only going to read it once, Vayelech. This year, we read it twice. A reminder for all of us that if you didn't do the mitzvah of Hakel, do it now. What does that mean? Yes, we have no Beis HaMikdash, we don't have a king. But each man, every person is a king of their home. You're a king of your body. Gather together your family this Shabbos. In addition to the Shabbos table, the Shabbos meal, try to make a special gathering with all your children, or even at the Shabbos table itself. Make sure everyone, all your children around the table, and tell them about the mitzvah of Hakel. And instill within them this love and fear of God, particularly now that we prepare ourselves for Rosh Hashanah. It's an apropos time to talk to your children, to talk to your family, to talk to yourself. Tell all the parts of your body. We got to do things right. We got to prepare ourselves for the days of war that are coming. And prepare ourselves to be able to tell God we are Nitzavim. We're standing upright because past year, thank God we did what we had to do. Or you know what? We didn't do what we had to do last year. But this year, we're going to do it right. This year, we're going to do it right. We took upon ourselves that commitment to see to it that we're going to study Torah, do mitzvahs, put on tefillin, light the Shabbos candles, give charity, love our fellow Jew and ourselves, etc., etc. And in that schus, in that merit, God already from this Shabbos will bless us all with good, healthy, sweet New Year. And as we, on a very miniature level, perform the mitzvah of Hakel in our family, in our community, this Shabbos, God will also perform the mitzvah of Hakel, where before Rosh Hashanah, yet in the year of Hakel, God will gather all the Jewish people from all corners of the world, and we'll have the big Hakel that we wait for and we pray for, with the coming of Mashiach, Tzidkenu, where Mashiach will get up in the Beis HaMikdash and read for us from the Torah as it was done the days of old. Shabbat Shalom to you all, and a blessed, sweet New Year to you all.